I'm John Tillman. Welcome to our Northwest Plantations Christmas Tree Farm. We're up here in Mossy Rock, Washington, and I'd like to show you some of the Christmas trees that we're producing. First, I'd like to tell you a little bit about our company. It's a family-run business, and we've been growing Christmas trees for about 30 years. We specialize in the noble fir, but we also have grand fir and Douglas fir as some of our species. We grow about 200,000 Christmas trees annually, but it gives us a large inventory for sizing and species, but it also allows us to personally handle each customer. So when quality really matters, you do have somebody that you can count on to ship high quality Christmas trees on a consistent basis, like this noble fir. The things that we're looking for is a good, even symmetry from top to bottom, good consistent density, good color, and also always trying to take into account that we need some room for ornaments in there. And these are the kind of trees, when we tag a noble fir as a #1, that we are selecting to put on your truck. Well, I could talk all day about our Christmas trees, and we've talked a little about this noble, but I'd sure like to take you out and show you around the farm. At Northwest Plantations, whether it's a small tree like this 4 to 5 foot noble, quality and consistency is always important. We're looking for a good handle on the tree, trees that aren't too wide, not too narrow. Nice consistent density from the top to the bottom. A good straight leader. When we measure our trees, we always measure to the fold height, which would be right here after the tree is harvested and measured on the baler. We don't measure to the tip. So we get good sizing. Let me show you something. So it was a tree very similar to this that we had the honor of presenting to the White House in the year 2005. This is about a 10, 11 foot noble fir, and we put a tree just like this in the Oval Office for President Bush. And we also shipped another one up to Camp David, and an 18.5 foot tree went in the Blue Room. And it's something we were pretty proud of, to have the honor of presenting that tree. The characteristics of the noble fir are the upright needles and the keepability. The keepability of the noble fir is superior to any other species, which is why it's considered the Cadillac of Christmas trees. Whether this tree was going to the White House or to your house, the same commitment to quality is what's important to us here at Northwest Plantations. I'm standing here in a block of our grand fir, and I just want to tell you a little bit about the grand fir. It's the most fragrant tree that you can get. Many customers that buy a grand fir will continue to buy grands for years and years. The grand fir is a real nice tree. It has a nice big waxy needle that's real nice and green on top, and it has kind of a bluish underside to it. The density on a grand would be a little more similar to a Douglas. It's a little bushier tree. We try to always make sure that they're nice and symmetrical, and the density is uniform all the way up to a nice straight leader. The key to our success is quality and consistency. Check it out. When you make a decision to buy Christmas trees, whether it's from us or somebody else, you're actually buying a process, how that tree was selected and how it's harvested. I'd like to tell you a little bit about how we do it here at Northwest Plantations. We go through the fields after the trees are cultured, and we make a decision based on density, consistency, symmetry as to the grade of that tree. If that tree meets the #1 grade, we put a solid color ribbon on it. We also preliminary size the tree in the field, so we have an idea how big the trees are that we're going to have available for inventory that year. We also want to always make sure that the color is good and it has a very good leader in it. Now, about how we harvest the trees. Once this ribbon's on the tree, when it comes harvest time, this tree is harvested and carried out by hand to the harvest roads and put through the baler. we try to harvest these trees as close to the shipping date as possible. A lot of times that's within 2 or 3 days of the actual truck arriving to take the tree. We do not take our trees to a central loading area, stockpile them, and wait for the trucks to arrive. If we show you trees at the Satsop farm, like this Douglas fir, then your trucks will come to the Satsop farm and get these trees. These things are real important to us because, like I said, we try to be big enough that we have a good variety of sizes and a good selection of inventory, but we're also small enough to make sure that your trees come from the exact farm that you looked at and made a decision on that purchase. So we not only offer the #1 grade in our grading process, we also offer #2. I kind of like to explain a little bit about what the difference would be. You're still looking for a pretty reasonably good tree, but if it has one, what we'd call major imperfection, then we're going to tag it as a #2. So most people wouldn't even notice this, but this has a pretty good size hole in the crown of the tree, which doesn't fit our criteria as a #1. We use either a striped or a polka dotted colored ribbon, and we're going to put that on there as a #2. So we also offer the #2 grade at a reduced cost. For sometimes the late season sale is more popular, but I did want to show you what the difference was. There's just a few other things that I'd like to talk about, so we'll go sit down and have a chat about that. Well, I'd just like to take a minute to thank you for joining me on a little tour of our Christmas tree farms. We've been to Mossy Rock, we've been up to Salcombe, and we're down here at Satsop. And you know, when you're buying Christmas trees, you got a lot of decisions to make. Who you buy your trees from, what species, sizes, things like that. And I guess what's important to me is just let you know what's different about us. What do we try to do better than other growers? And I think, as you can see, we really spend a lot of time with our Christmas trees. We start with good quality seedlings, put them in good ground, and hand culture our trees throughout the growing cycle. It takes about 6 to 8 years to grow some trees like this. Then we're really critical about sizing. We're very critical about the density, uniformity, color, and the grading. We try to cut those trees and harvest those trees just as close to the shipping dates as possible. So I invite you to, anytime you have a chance, to come out and take a look at our Christmas trees. And if I bring you to a field and you decide that those are the trees that you'd like to purchase, I'll tell you that's where your trees are coming from. Whether it be the Satsop farm or Mossy Rock, whether you like the little more open trees or the thicker trees, those are the trees that we're going to put on your truck. We're going to try to cut those trees just absolutely late as possible and make sure that when you get them, they look just like they did while they were in the field. We take a lot of pride in what we do here. Christmas trees is all we do. We don't have other business. I've been working on Christmas trees for over 30 years now. It's something that I really enjoy. When we plant the Christmas trees, we're really developing a partnership with Mother Nature, you know, and selecting good sites and putting top quality seedlings in, and letting Mother Nature also provide the color and the density, and all of our work is done by hand. We always try to make sure that there's a good straight leader in there for the star, the angel, whatever folks are going to put up there. And what's important to us should be important to you. You need fresh trees, you need high quality trees, because the tree will sell itself. So like I said before, anytime you have a chance, give me a ring. We'll bring you out to the farm, show you around, and just give you an idea of what we're doing with our Christmas trees here at Northwest Plantations. So my thanks for you to spend this time listening and seeing what we do, and my thanks to my family for making it all possible. Take care.